I do want to warn you that this question right here that we're going to do has a lot of fractions and it's got a radical answer. So it's going to be a rough one, guys, but I promise that I will guide you right through it. Just follow along step by step and I got you. Anyways, we got some serious work to do. Let's go. Everyone just breathe because we got some serious business to do right now. Just breathe and we will begin. I got you. Just follow the light. First step, if this leading coefficient is more than 1, we got to divide by that number. So not that bad. Divide by 3 and make sure you do it to all the terms. You don't got to do it to the 0 because you're going to get 0. That will cancel out your leading coefficient, which turns this to x squared, and that's going to be 5 over 3x plus 1/3 equals 0. Next step, step number 2. Let's get rid of this constant right here. We want that on the other side. Subtract 1/3 of both sides, and now we're left with x squared, and you got minus 5/3 right there, and on the right you got negative 1/3. So not too bad, right? Anytime I complete the square, I leave an empty space here, and in that empty space, I off the bat, I'm not even gonna divide or do nothing yet. I just put an empty bracket so I don't forget to do it to both sides. So just put that, and whatever goes in this parentheses is half of your b term, half of b, half of negative 5/3. Here's a shortcut I'm gonna give you. If you wanna do negative 5/3 and you wanna divide it by 2, all you have to do is double this number right here. It's multiplying by the reciprocal basically. So that will equal negative 5 over 6. And again, you just got to double that number if it's a fraction. That's the quickest way to remember. So now we got negative 5 over 6 in the parentheses. And now we can start completing the square. To complete that square, to write the binomial, right? All you got to put is x and the number that you put inside that parentheses. You're going to put negative 5/6 in here. And it's okay if that's a fraction. We're just going to have to be really good with fractions from here on out. That's going to be negative 1/3. And the rule for this part is that if you square a fraction, you just got to square each part. You square the numerator and you square the denominator. So that's going to give you 25 over 36. The bad part is they're not common denominators, right? But it's not too bad. What is the common denominator of 3 and 36? Least common multiple is 36. We're going to have to multiply this by 12. And I'm just going to put the result on the right side. Negative 1 times 12 is negative 12. And 3 times 12 is 36. Common denominator. So that simplifies to 13 over 36 equals x minus 5/6 squared. So if you made it this far and you understand it from here, it's not even that bad from here. To get rid of that square, we just got to square root both sides. And I almost did this in the last episode. Don't forget to put this plus or minus here. That's going to knock out my square, and now I'm left with x minus 5 over 6. And on the right side, if you got a square root, you can split it up like this. Square root of 13 over square root of 36. Don't forget that plus minus. Square root of 13 I can't do anything with, so I'm going to leave that alone. But root 36 turns into a 6. Simplifies to 6. And the final step is to add 5/6 to both sides. Now you got two answers. X equals 5/6 plus or minus square root of 13 over 6. What a beast of a problem. And if you don't know what that means, it just comes down to two answers. One is going to be 5 over 6 plus square root of 13 over 6, which you can also write like this. And the other answer is the negative version, 5 over 6 minus square root of 13 over 6, which equals 5 minus root 13 over 6. Don't ask me why your math teachers are torturing you like this. That was a tough one, but I hope this episode helped. And if it did, don't forget to like it, subscribe. I will try to guide you through all your algebra, geometry, whatever math you need in the next episodes. Peace!